Hey guys, so today I'm in Blainville at Bauer's R&D Development Center, and I'm joined by one of their senior development directors who's very graciously had me visit their facility to take a look at the NeuroShield. I wanted to put this video together to answer a few of the questions that I've seen on social media about the device, about what it is, what it does, and who better than one of the senior development directors at Bauer to help us answer those questions. So thank you very much for joining me.
Hey, no problem, Chris. Great to have you.
Thank you. A big thing that I wanted to kind of highlight is, would you be able to summarize what the NeuroShield is, like what it is and what its purpose is?
Yeah, NeuroShield is a collar that you wear around your neck, and the purpose of it is to preserve the structure of the brain. So there's a lot of impacts in contact sports, and so this is a device to help mitigate the impacts that you're going to receive.
Would you be able to just run me through very briefly how the device works?
Sure. So the NeuroShield is a collar that's worn around the neck. It applies light pressure to the IJV, which in turn increases the blood volume in the brain, and that reduces movement of the brain and preserves the structure of the brain during impact.
One thing I've seen on social media and a couple of forums online is people claim that the NeuroShield is a device that Bauer's created to stop concussions. Can you shed light on the actual truth behind that?
Yeah, we're definitely not making any claims on the prevention of concussion. Really, this device is to preserve the structure of the brain, and that's what we've shown that it does through studies that we've done with different teams.
And another comment I've seen is people think that this replaces neck guards. Is there any truth to that?
No truth at all, actually. So it's a complementary device. Really, you wear this directly against your neck, and then if you wear a neck guard or neck laceration protector, you would wear that over top.
Is there anyone that's excluded from using this?
I can't think of who would be excluded from using it, but really it's for athletes that are playing contact sports or sports where you have a risk of brain injury. So
it's something that basically, regardless of what level you play at, this is something that you could consider getting to basically have you as safe as possible on the ice or whichever contact sport you're playing in.
Yeah, so to clarify, we make it in sizes 11 to 18, so it goes down to younger kids, I would say, up to adults.
Perfect. How would you describe the way this feels when you're wearing it?
What you feel is a light pressure on your neck. I mean, that's what it's designed to do. It's designed to put a light pressure on your IJV, and that's what you're going to feel.
It's funny because I'm wearing one of the shields right now, and initially when I put it on, I could feel that it was there. It's a lot less intrusive than you might perhaps think it might be. But while we've just been talking here, I've kind of forgotten that it's on my neck. Mm-hmm. It's you forget it's there, so it's not something that's going to be strangling you while you're wearing it. As you rightly said, it puts just a very, very light amount of pressure on the sides of your neck, and it's surprisingly very comfortable to wear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good to hear, and that's what we want people to understand when they go through a fitting. That your initial feel changes over a few minutes, so all you have to do is have it on for a few minutes and you'll realize that it's a comfortable device that you're going to have no problem playing with.
Awesome. Would you be able to give me a bit of information on what research has been done to substantiate what this device actually does and how it can aid us on the ice or regardless of what contact sport we play?
Yeah, there's several research studies that have been done with actual teams, so players. So what we did is we took scans of their brains before the season started. We divided the team into two groups, so groups with the collar, groups without. And then at the end of the season, MRIs were done on their brains to compare preseason and postseason. And there's a noticeable difference in the structure of the brain from players that wore the collar compared to players that didn't wear the collar.
We actually watched a video just before sitting down that showed this very, very clearly. It was two jars. Correct me if I say anything that was slightly inaccurate. Two jars filled with water with raw eggs inside them. One of the jars had a space, a pocket of air where the jar wasn't completely filled to the brim with water. The other one was completely filled, and they were shaken very, very violently, very aggressively. And what you saw was the jar that was filled to the brim of water, the egg just floated around inside without ever violently contacting the sides of the jar and cracking, whereas the other one just exploded. These are I'll roll a little clip of the video across now, and that kind of really demonstrates what this does in a very kind of clean-cut way. You see exactly what happens with, I guess you can imagine your head is is the jar and your brain is the egg. So it was a really, really good example of how this device helps to reduce the movement of the brain inside your head while you're playing sports.
Yeah. And what's also interesting about the device is it uses your own physiology. So it's not that we're doing something that is abnormal for the body to do. So you have a similar reaction when you sneeze or grunt, or even when you lay down. So you'll have a little bit more blood volume inside your brain. So here I'll show you how to fit a NeuroShield. So bring it behind your neck, place it in position, twist your neck from side to side so it kind of settles in its natural position. And then we'll use the fit check device to measure the gap and make sure that this is the proper fit. So to assure that you have the proper fit, we'll put one tip of the NeuroShield in this groove, and we'll make sure that the other tip falls in the green zone. I think an important thing to note, though, is that research was done, and it's peer-reviewed studies, but it's not research that Bauer did. It was independent. And then they did studies with independent groups. So through the Cincinnati Children's Hospital, they ran those studies.
Thank you very much for taking the time to have me over here to run me through your facility and to share a little bit of insight into how the NeuroShield works and how it's going to benefit players. It's been an absolute pleasure being here, and again, just wanted to thank everyone here that's given me time to be able to come down and check the place out.
Yeah, well, thank you for your interest, Chris.
Awesome. If you want more information, I'll put some links down below in the video description where you can find out a lot more detail on the product, where it is available currently, and hopefully some information on when it'll be available in places like where I live in Europe. But again, thank you, and keep watching, keep subscribing. Take care till next time.
Well, Chris, welcome to our facility as the first YouTuber that we've ever received here. Hope you enjoy your visit.